Hello everyone, I am Ibotam. Today, I will present my research on donor and customer motivations in circular social experience. My case study is zero garbage. This organization shows how waste materials can be reduced in a practical and meaningful way. In this presentation, I will explain the organization, the research problem, key ideas from the literature, the motivation model, the research model, and the main implications. I will also explain why understanding motivations is important for improving both social impact and business performance. Now, I will explain the research methodology. This study used several connect research steps to explore stakeholder motivations in circular resource organizations. First, I conducted a literature review. I reviewed academic studies on sustainable computation, circular economy behavior, and social enterprise management. This helped identify key concepts such as environmental values, pro-environmental behavior, and stakeholder motivation. It also helped me understand how previous research explain why people participate in reuse and circular economy activities. Second, I designed several questions for both donors and customers. These questions were developed based on the consumer motivation model discussed earlier. The several questions on possible motivations, including environmental concern, price, convenience, and creative inspiration. The structure helps compare how motivations may differ between the two stakeholder groups. Third, I considered personal development. Personal development helps translate research insights into more credible stakeholder profiles. This approach helps organizations better understand user needs and behavior. Finally, future data collected and analyzed can be used to test this idea in presentations. For example, surveys and interviews with donors and customers could provide both qualitative and quantitative insights. Overall, this weighted approach provides both theoretical understanding and practical insights into stakeholder behavior. Now, I move to the research problem. Circular resource organizations, like recycle garbage, depend on two key stakeholder groups. The first group is donors. They provide reusable materials. The second group is customers. They buy reused materials for arts, education, community projects, or small business use. The challenge is that these two groups may have very different motivations. At the same time, there is still limited research on why they choose to participate in this kind of system. If we understand their motivations better, we can improve participation, increasing material flow, and strong social impact. Based on this problem, the study asks three research questions. The first question is about donor motivations. What physiological, social, and practical factors make people or organizations donate reusable industry materials? The second question is about consumer devices. Why do customers choose recycled materials instead of the new one? And how important are sustainability values in this decision? The third question is about environment strategies. How can social enterprise use its knowledge to improve community and increase engagement with both groups? These three questions guide the whole study. Next, I will discuss the literature review. Exciting studies on sustainability consumption shows that value matters a lot. People who care more about the environmental are more likely to support reuse, recycling, and circular economy activities. Research also shows that environmental identity can influence behavior. If people see themselves as environmentally responsible, they may be more willing to change the way they consume. At the same time, the literature of social enterprise explains that these organizations must balance social minimalism and financial sustainability. So, understanding shareholder motivation is important not only for theory, but also for practice. It helps organizations design better service, better communication, and better long-term strategies. This slide presents the council motivation model. The model suggests that donors and customers have different but related motivations. For example, 3 key motivations are environmental concern, altruism, and declaration. Environmental concern means they want to reduce waste and protect the environment. Altruism means they want to help others and support community benefits. Declaration means they also gain practical benefits by learning unusual and used materials from their space. For customers, the key motivations are sustainability, affordable, creativity, and resource. Both groups are linked by one shared value, and that is participation in the circular economy. This slide shows an example of motivation importance. The chart compares several possible motivations. Environmental conscience has the highest goal. This suggests that many people may participate because they care about the waste reduction and sustainability. Cost saving is also important, especially for customers. This means reduced materials are not only environmentally helpful, but also financially active. Convenience and creative is also important. If donating or buying is easier, people may be more willing to take part in. If materials inspire creative work, customers may see more value in them. So, this chart helps us see the motivation are mixed, not only one. This slide presents the conclusion of the study. Overall, this research shows that understanding donors and customers' motivations is necessary for study. Donors and customers do not participate for only one reason. Their behavior is shaped by environmental values, practical needs, and personal goals. For resolve garbage, these findings suggest several useful actions. The organization can improve donors' partnerships through clear impact reporting and convenience collection service. It can also attract more customers through creative programs and by showing the cost advantage of reduced materials. Future study can explain how motivations change over time and how different strategies work for different groups. Thank you for listening.